What's up, YouTube? This is Power Surge, and today I wanted to talk to you about the 5 things that you're going to need if you want to start a performer business. So we're talking about performer businesses such as magicians or fire performers like myself, or professional clowns, acrobats, people who do freak show and street show, which is the type of thing where you like swallow swords or you lay on a bed of nails, kind of grotesque, weird, but I can't look away, shocking type of performance. If you have a special skill or you've been inclined to practicing something for a while and you want to make it a business, these are the 5 things you're going to need. So obviously the first thing you're going to need is some sort of specialty skill or ability that you've practiced really hard, and you not only need to have a special skill, but you need to somehow be able to put it into an entertaining show. It's one thing to be able to hammer a nail into your nose, but it's another thing to be able to gather a crowd and hold their attention and keep them interested and pay attention while you do this ridiculous stunt, and then have them give you money afterward. So you need to compile a show for your skills. And in my case, I have been spinning poi or fire poi for about 2.5 years, and I just fell in love with it the first time I saw someone spin fire, and I became a fire performer somehow over the last couple years. But before I'd even thought of getting a dime for my love of this art, I practiced it, and it got to the point where people started offering me things like food or drinks to perform a show, or even money to perform in Thailand. When I was traveling, I was given money a lot by tourists. So this kind of inspired me and showed me that maybe I can do more with my fire spinning than just doing it by myself for my own love and therapy. So if you're a fire spinner, obviously don't try to become a famous fire performer in your first 6 months. Just like a musician, you're not going to become famous in your first 6 months. Practice and practice every day for years. Then when your skill level's up, you may be ready, and people will actually start offering you things and money for your art. And that's when you know that you're ready to put together a show. So once you have skill and you're starting to impress people and they're wanting to give you money for a gig, the second thing you're going to need for a performer business is a contract. Something with all the clauses and stipulations for your gig. Small house parties may be willing to give you a gig without a contract, but if you ever want to get paid real money and doing real events at any kind of facility or corporate party or event center, any legitimate client is going to want a contract. Contract is going to stipulate everything from cancellations to your parking, how you're going to get paid, all of those things. My personal contract has about 30 clauses. So you want to list all those things so that you have something to send your potential client when you do have a gig. You send them the contract, you guys agree on the terms, and then you're locked in for that gig, and you can even put a cancellation fee if they cancel on you. So the second thing you need is the contract. And I'll actually send you my contract for a gig as like a rough draft with my information deleted, and you can use that. But you've got to leave a comment or message me with your email, and I'll send you my contract that you can use for your business. The third thing that you will need if you want to start a performer business, very important, is an insurance policy. So any legitimate venue or client that offers you a gig, and if it's a well-paid gig, they're going to want you to have insurance. So it's pretty easy to find insurance, but if you go to specialtyinsuranceagency.com, that's who I went with. For my particular policy, it's about $300 a year, and that gives me $1 million in property damage coverage, and it covers fire performers. Different policies will cover different performers, so you have to get a policy based on what performer group they put you into. But having an insurance policy is just a nice thing to make you sound professional when you're talking to clients, as kind of an extra thing to prove your legitimacy. As a performer to a big client, you have insurance. This means you're doing it for real. The fourth thing that you will need if you want to have a performer business, obviously, is clients. So you're going to need to find people that want to contribute some money or something to your art for you to perform for them. So this can be done word of mouth. You can promote yourself. In my case, I spin in places with my glow lights or glow sticks, and I just do it for fun, but people come up to me all the time and ask if I can do parties or events for them. And I recently got a gig that was an excellent, well-paying family event, and it was so much fun. I got that through word of mouth. But getting involved in your performer community, I'm also in a conclave, so there's about 50 of us that all spin fire, and once in a while someone comes to practice and says, hey, I got a gig, they need people, who's available, or they ask me because they know I'm most interested, and we can get gigs that way. So word of mouth, the community of performers that you're in, probably social media. If you promote yourself on Instagram and Facebook and all those outlets, I'm sure that people will reach out to you and get you a gig, especially if your posts get really high attraction and interaction on them, lots of comments and views. People are going to reach out to you for a gig, or at least if you have a big social media presence, they're going to see you as a bigger performer. Another thing you can do to get gigs is to reach out to the event coordinators and performers. It's very easy to get the email of somebody who works at a big event like a music festival or a big party. You send a professional message to the Facebook account or whoever's promoting it, and they'll usually redirect you to one of the coordinators. You can ask them, do you want a performer like me at your show? So the fifth thing that you're going to need in order to make a legitimate performer business is you're going to need flair, theatrics, and costumes. Things like the gladiator helmet here. So for this recent big gig that my sister and I did, we had to get costumes and we wanted to put a Greek themed show. So I was able to find this amazing helmet on Amazon, did some modifications to it to make it fit and stay sturdy with a chin strap, but now I have it for a long time and I can use it in other shows. We were able to find really cheap costumes, to be honest, that are high quality on Amazon.com. I'll leave a link in the description below to where you can buy the Power Surge Greek helmet, and it's an amazing costume piece. You will win costume contests with this thing. To put on a really high production looking show, you need cool costumes and you need music and theatrics, and in my case with our show, we had dialogue going over the music with effects to tell a story to the audience.
Surpassed only by the destruction he leaves in his wake. Trained in the arts of war as a child, Ares is worshipped by the greatest warriors Greece has ever known.
We kind of wanted to make it like a show kids would see at Disneyland or something. So adding all those theatrics, the costumes, the music, the dialogue, the storytelling, that really gives your audience something to grasp their attention to and to follow as you're putting on the show. It holds their attention for the entire 12 minutes or however long your show is. If there's a story going on, they want to know what's happening to the characters of the story. So that about wraps up the 5 things that you need to start a legitimate performer business. If you found this video helpful, go ahead, smash that like button. It helps support this channel. If you know a magician or a musician or a fire spinner like myself or any performer that needs this information, please share this video with them. Go ahead and leave me a comment. Tell me what you think of my silly helmet. Please subscribe because I make videos all the time. And as always, Spartans! Have a great day.